Okay. Um, I just want to start off by saying thank you, God. I have to say when I can, before the day comes when I can be able to say that. And I have to say that I know it's hard for me to say at times, especially with the level of just the breaking down of my mind and what's happening to me as a target individual. But the reason why I make videos most of now at this point is just, you know, I know that maybe a few of my videos has helped a few people that needed that help. Um, and that was the main goal. But also, this low life that involve themselves in this program that does these things to us, and that these participants, please understand that they are just bottom feeders. They do what is tasked for them to do. Even if they enjoy it, that's what they're tasked to do. But it is just disgusting. I will never let them live their fantasy. I don't understand how they can, like, for me, I don't know if they're under like some like I can't imagine myself having to stoop to this level of just like like no self-respect, because they really try to gaslight you. The thing is, like, at this point gaslighting makes no sense. I mean, I've been showing consistent patterns of what they do to me, and I make videos of it because of that purpose. I put it in their face, and I even bring videos which you're gonna see that I made it in 2020 to say, listen, this is what I was saying then, this is what's happening today. They're using the same tactics, but this time in this place, at this in this moment. My memories alter, everything, my brain alter. And so let me just start off by calling out what this is about. It's funny, your whole ecosystem is supposed to make you believe that they're doing this research and this, and it's bullshit. The research they're doing is not research about you, it's about how to break you down. You, unfortunately, as a target individual, become a test subject. They're using this cognitive technology, this cognitive warfare tactics to break you down. They attack your body and your mind. When they attack your mind, it's degrading thoughts that are implanted in personalities. They use that onto others. It's systematic, it's done to others. They then have a control environment of people who are supposed to gaslight you into accepting these manipulations. They do whatever needs to be done. For example, there's some noise of chains of some sort. I'm supposed to be intimidated because they tell me how I'm going to be chained. But they want me to accept this manipulation because they're moving this, or this falsified narrative, because they're making this noise campaign with chains, right? Any kind of method acting and gaslighting is applied. Meaning that they really want you to identify with whatever they've created, manipulated, put together in this falsified way. And they use fear tactics and the other tactics to try to gaslight you. They are the perps, they are the individuals the government contract to implement this. These governmental entities, talk about the Department of Defense, are the architectures, they're the founders, they run the programs, and they utilize civilians because it consists of a large group of people around you that tries to break you down into accepting these manipulations. There's no chance for a target individual to really survive unless they decide to not, The truth is, you will experience what they want you to experience. And these clowns know that. They feel empowered by it. They have no shame. Even if it's the shame of just, why am I acting so retarded? No, none of that is existing. So for some reason, they have this strength. Their strength is the ability to deal with shame. Like, when I'm in shame, I'm talking about the shame of, like, when you do something stupid and you feel like embarrassed, like, oh, like I feel awkward, like it's just, oh, it's cringe, like, that kind of shame. That kind of shame where, like, you do something that makes you look stupid. That they don't have that. Zero of that. It's amazing. If I was doing what they do, the way they act, I don't know, I could have for sure killed myself. It's like, especially the level of cringiness is just amazing. But they don't have that. So for me, I understand what's happening to me is they systematically breaking me down using this 21st century weapon system that can break you physically and psychologically. I'm not the first, I'm not the last. What's been happening since August 19, 2019 is this. Psychologically, they've been rewiring my brain. They disturb me in ways that's so far, but it's not unique to me either. Nothing is unique to me. I have to accept that I'm just one of so many who are tortured in these psychological ways and physically. Psychologically, since August 19, 2019, what's been happening, if I look at a child, they've been forcing me to have nasty, disgusting reactions, especially the little babies, the toddlers and whatnot. Disgusting. That started on August 19, 2019. And ever since then, I've been hearing this trash, this bottom feeders, who are your neighbors, who are trying to gaslight you and distort reality to make you acceptive of the manipulation you experience. Before August 19, 2019, I had none of this. Today, I'm terrified of children, not because they're gonna hurt me, but because the way this trash rewired the brain, making me experience stimulation sensation that is so degrading that it disturbs me so much. Even hearing a child disturbs me because they manipulate me to have some kind of sensation. It's disgusting. But before August 19, 2019, oh no, it was the opposite. Oh, it was so, see, like, you know, when you see kids and all, you feel like, oh, like, you know, that warm feeling in your heart. That's the wholesomeness of it all. Yes, that would be the most pure feeling that you get. And I'm not perfect. I know me. I know what, you know, my real imperfections. But seeing these babies, like, it just brought joy to me in this like peaceful way. Today is just changing to the pedophilia things that make me experience. Matter of fact, you know, for me to go away from my imperfections, I would just watch things that are just like very wholesome with babies and, you know, like, it's stuff like that. Today is the opposite. Even the commercial, if there's a child in there, I don't even want to see it. So what they're doing today is, as they make me experience this nasty manipulation, they go into my memories and change perceptions, stimulations, and create narratives. One narrative they're bringing up right now is, right before I moved to New York, I used to live in this place. And of course, I knew something was happening there. But I remember I was walking to the train, I believe. And there's a daycare there. And I would see kids just running around. And so that it's very wholesome. I was looking at that, this look. And me talking about right now, they stimulate me. Because they want to change the memory and create a new narrative, right? And they make a noise campaign and everything. The theatrics. Because they want you to accept these false memories and this the new narrative they put in. So I'm walking, I'm stopping, and I look at this kid, they're playing around, and I see a man coming, and that's when I was like, oh, that's even, I mean, more wholesome. That it's some of the people working at this daycare are men, because you think there's usually women. So I'm looking, and he's grabbing the kids and I'm looking at there. It's like, oh, it's awesome. I don't want to say, but it was wholesome. Cute, as I'm saying that this noise campaign, because this purpose is we want to change the new version. Want me to accept the way they change my memory with this nasty pedophilia reactions. And you hear a neighbor, a perp, making the noise campaign. Oh, they are, you know, all theatrics beyond theatrics. No shame. And at this point, I have zero respect for them. And those are the same perp. But when I'm listening to the issues that these governmental entities that are developing these weapons have in regard to pedophilia and the bill created because there's so much child porn, this is the same perp that will go in the hallway, start making noise campaign to disorient me from listening to the reality. So going back to this now memory, how to change the memory. Now they're like, no, yo, look, watch, you see how you're looking at these kids? And you see that, you see you're paid, you want to. It's like, no, you just have destroyed. You have disturbed me to the point where I detest, even hearing children. But if I was normal, oh my gosh, like everybody else, look how adorable it is, you know, how wholesome it is. That was the old me, able to see these babies with know nothing but just the purity of it all and the wholesomeness of it all. Today, oh my gosh, I'll go outside hoping I don't see a child. But they're like, oh, did you stop looking? It's like, yes. Because it was wholesome. And then the guy comes and it's like, oh, so you see. It's like, no, it's just because today you're just changing me. They even tried to do that when I was at the park. I said, look, a kid running, and it's like, oh, you see? It's trash. And you have this bullshit low-life bottom feeders that quote-unquote are supposed to act like they're researching. No, you're not. You're just painting this false reality. You're falsifying memories. And yes, the degree defamation is definitely applied. It was applied before August 19, 2019. But whatever was defamation-wise, I don't care. But I used to even watch YouTube videos with a lot of kids and the whole wholesomeness. Today, oh my gosh, a commercial. Boop, turn out because of children. But these perps, this trash, these bottom feeders who sold their soul to these entities filled with pedophiles, their job is to make me accept this new version of reality. But I've said that since 2020. In 2020, I made a video about memories and how they're altering memories. The thing is, I make sure that I show the clear patterns. It's just, this is now they try to create in this way, but my brain is so far gone that they can bring up this and then change it in the ways. Where before it was like, while before that was more of a validation that I'm being manipulated, because look at me, I'm looking at these babies and nothing's happening to me. Today what they're flipping is like, oh, you're looking at them because you see, you're a pedophile, you're a trash ass. You're fucking retard. But you gotta be strong. They want you to identify with it. This clown that do make this noise campaign, he thinks by doing that he's just, oh my gosh. For me making these videos, it's just say, hey, I understand your job. You are, if anybody's a pedophile, it's you. You know how I know that? Wait a second. But this question of manipulations, this is what I've been saying.
Wait, you actually have
2020.
Memory, but the perception changes in that memory. And sensations are added to it. It's just so weird to even try to explain something like that. Because it does feel so, so abnormal. But adding sensations, feelings, perceptions of things you weren't feeling, just to also create this narrative in this persona. And this really, is just is to the point where you don't even want to fall for any of your memories. It's all about deception.
I made this video in October of 2020. Okay? They were trying to rewire that because number 4, see, it's crazy, stupidity, to try to make me accept it. But you clearly hear that. I was saying that so long ago, and it's going to continuously happen like that, and it's going to be worse. Their job is to find ways, and my brain is so bad in this, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe my brain can go this way. But it's disgusting. And these perps, like I said, have no shame. They have zero shame. They can't, for example, they clearly understand that I'm not going to identify with this. You can play, you can make all the chain noise campaign, you can slam everything, you can do the bikes, all the clown ass. I'm never going to identify with this. Obviously, I see what you guys doing. And I put that in their face. And I know the reality of things. You talk about your pedophiles. You know how much I love putting that in their faces? Do you understand how amazing that this is the reality of the entities that are running this program, doing this research? These trash clowns. Somebody came and delivered something and he was... He tried to counter this. Listen, this research that they tried to counter by saying something else. Listen.
What they call the personal electronic device PED policy, where workers have to drop off their phones and lockers before entering their offices. All their online searches are accessible by security if or when needed. Their Wi-Fi access is monitored in digital security sweeps. So how is this happening?
Well, it's happening because even though there is a certain amount of limitation on access, those who are working in the Department of Defense, clearly it appears to be thousands of individuals in the Department of Defense, are finding ways around this, specifically by using the Department of Defense IP addresses and also apparently peer-to-peer sharing within the department's network. So this study that was done on this issue, and it is pretty horrifying, Manila, to consider this. It shows that the Department of Defense ranked 19th out of almost 3,000 networks in terms of peer-to-peer sharing of child pornography. That is absolutely incredible. This bill attempts to essentially say, look, we're not doing enough to stop it from coming in, but we're also not doing enough.
It's in 2019, right? So it's just, for me, it's just like, man, thank you, God. I've seen people here who try to make me accept of these narratives that they falsified, and to try to counter that. Now I know there's nothing you can do. I understand who's behind this. This is the DOD is behind what's happening to us, target individual. That's why it's gonna go the way it's going. We're dealing. The DOD is using civilians who are not capable to do anything about what's happening to them as test subjects. Then they use these fucking retards that then find empowerment because, hey, for once in life, you're gonna be a winner. Guess why? Because the Department of Defense is running this program and is using you to implement certain things, and you understand that this person is helpless. He can do nothing about it. So this trash think this is like winners and come up with stories and narrative and look for whatever they can. For me, I put that in their face. They falsify reality in so many ways, and they live in a false reality. That's why I love the fact that I'm like, I can only imagine what life, like when life hits you for real, these perps have to detach themselves from reality, so you go into this false reality with them. They're trying to drag you into a false reality that they want you to identify with. They use a lot of childlike people, and you know, childlike people are not really they're still like out of touch with reality. So they're the perfect people for this. But then you have the grown-ass men to judge. I'm like, you're a fucking clown. I know myself. And the best part is, I'm looking at this man like, do you think because you slammed something like this, I'm gonna be like, okay, yes, yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, I'm your pedophile. Yeah. What's the ranking again? Trash ass. Trying to just rewire reality. It's just, the thing is, that memory had to be changed at one point, because what it showed me able to look at babies, kids, without getting these nasty manipulations or their reactions. So how they gonna change? Oh, so why you staying there looking at them and it's like, because it was wholesome, because it was adorable. And before August 19, 2019, this is how I would see kids. Today is just rewiring to this pedophilia where when you start stimulating me, it make me have these nasty manipulations. Now I detest children because you make me have this nasty reaction that disturbs me. I'm not even scared to go outside because I'm scared to be attacked or anything. No, I don't want to be outside because I'm scared to see a child. They're gonna force me to get stimulation and it's gonna be disgusting. These perps, these clowns are just clowns. That's why these pedos entities are like, these entities feel pedophiles. This is the trash they contract. No, the clowns are big clowns. Let them live this clown life forever. But target individual, you have to be strong. They will play they don't care about how there's no self-respect. Perps have no self. You cannot do this thing and respect yourself. You can't. You know the cringy things that you'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't imagine. No, they can't do that. Oh my God, that's you. Slam down. You're a pedophile. You're here listening to like, oh, why is that so? You are here listening to, oh, these entities are so filled with pedophiles that they came up with a bill to try to limit the amount of child porn they were downloading using the DOD computers. It's our research. That's magical. And forget about the fact that you know that they do the pedophilia type of torture. They literally do that type of torture. The reason why they're doing that, like I said in this video in 2020, is because they want you to identify with this persona they're making you experience today. It's part of painting you today. as they manipulate you in this way, they're looking at, okay, you see, and I won't be surprised that this is something that was probably like being said before, in a sense, like, oh, you see, he stopped and look, because this is wholesome, because this is, you know, like, it's adorable. You walk by and today is just disgusting to me because I'm forced to get this reaction. You know, one thing that just messed with me now, because listen, I had to like literally bring somebody saying that. I had to literally record this.
Have kids.
Maybe 3. How do you feel about kids?
I like kids. If I did have kids, I'd probably want about like 3 of them.
You understand what he said? I like kids. Obviously, he's saying it in a normal way. You know, I don't even want to say that because they're going to put it in the pedophilia way. So I'm feeling even, oh. So before August 19, 2019, I see that, I was like, oh, this is just so wholesome. In my head, they try, oh, you wanted to film it. What? Of course not. I'm not. They try to create their fantasized reality. And they want you to identify this with this. Not to make you think, oh, you wanted to. It's like, what the trash us, retards. And this perp coming out, they'll pay. Because they made you think this way. They have no self-respect. Their job is one. He has to accept this. And every time they're like, oh, they try to deflect, but oh, you're so done. It's like, I've been done since August 19, 2019. That's the day I haven't been myself. But in the meantime, these perps, I swear to God, if they respect themselves more today, they're lying to themselves. They're lying to themselves. One thing, target visual, these perps lose their self-respect. And I put that in their faces even more. However, I'm dying. As I'm dying, this trash are living life, creating false reality in this fashion. Can you imagine how life goes on? Some trash will tell me, oh, I'm going to forget you. I was like, oh, I don't care what you forget or don't forget. I don't give a damn. I'm just glad I took some of your time to do these things where you didn't even respect yourself. I know there's nothing I can do. This memory is going to go like this all the time. It's done. It's going locked in like this, and that's that. That's this technology. This is what this technology can do.
Since citizens being controlled by government-sanctioned experiments, is show Welsh telling the truth, or are her claims absurd? Just another conspiracy theory that's impossible to prove. Maybe. But not if you listen to Nick Begich.
I think there's some good evidence that Cheryl Welsh and many of the other people I've spoken with have been victimized by this electromagnetic mind control experiments. The weapons of this century aren't bombs and bullets and ordnance, but electromagnetic energy targeting the human being, which is the greatest revolution in military affairs since gunpowder.
Begich is an expert in government mind control. He is convinced the Pentagon has mastered a technology once thought to be science fiction. The ability to broadcast information directly into the human brain.
Our government began spending a lot of time looking at how to modify behaviors of human beings. Going back to the Korean War, in fact, in a publication, Low Intensity Conflict and Modern Technologies, they have a chapter on electromagnetic weapon systems and being able to not just to debilitate someone, but actually even to stimulate certain activities within the brain.
But how?
HARP is the high weather modification applications. The other was the effect on human beings. If you can modulate a signal that the brain locks onto, recognizes, and begins to mirror or follow the frequency following response. The brain rhythms change, then it creates a chemical cascade within the brain and the emotions change. Now the resolution gets finer and finer and finer. And it used to just be about triggering emotions. You change people's brain chemistry pretty readily, change their emotional state pretty easily. But when you get down to the idea of thoughts and being able to manipulate those, that requires a different kind of sophistication.
Can we hear sounds?
So, with this technology, they do this kind of things to target individual.
the brain of a person, presumably by some kind of waves, which in the mind take the form of voices, thoughts and images and imagination. In addition to this kind of implanting information that they need, they manipulate the psyche so that the information is written into your memory. Then by stimulating the certain regions in the brain, they can retrieve this information and present it as your own memory. This is the conclusion that can be made judging by the influence they have been making on me with their psychotronic weapons, for example artificial thoughts, imagination, and mental torture.
You understand? So they can create any thought process, stream any thoughts in whatever fashion, create their narrative, which is, like I said in that video, they're gonna paint the memories in ways that create this persona they want to maintain today. So this baby's there, that would be a validation for me. It's like, hey, what happened? Why did I not get anything there? It's like, no, but not the truth. But why did you stay? Because there are some adorable kids out there. It's wholesome. It's like, oh, I see they are. You wanted to what? You dumbass. But this is the trash that they are. That's the low lifeness that they are. So when you see this clown living off, oh, you're gonna be tortured in this way, it's like, listen how you have to live. Please spend more time doing this thing. Keep your blessings in this fashion. They sign up for whatever things to come back to them. I'm telling you. But stay strong. And do not identify with the narrative of memories, the manipulation of your current time. This is what they do. These losers of human beings have sold their soul to entities with this kind of issues and have felt empowered by it. When they get theirs, traumatized individual, stay strong.